There are a lot of people today saying that self-improvement is a scam.
Self-improvement is a scam. I watch all these videos and I just feel worse about myself. Nothing changes. And anyway, aren't I good enough as I am?
I've wondered the same thing at times myself. But today I'm going to show you why the real scam might be our own misunderstanding of how self-improvement really works. This involves a concept that most people haven't thought of that is crucial to consider if we want personal growth materials to be more than entertainment and false inspiration. I had an aha moment when this clicked for me, and it's completely changed the way I approach personal development. That is the focus of this video. First, I need to acknowledge a couple of things about self-improvement. Like any industry, there is a variation of quality. Some self-improvement materials are high quality and helpful. Others are too superficial or maybe even bad advice.
Because you are a divine child of the universe, all you have to do is think about it and you can manifest anything you want.
Yes, there are some scammy scammers out there. Second, each of us has a style of self-improvement that resonates better with us. Some may prefer the tough, disciplined approach of David Goggins, the vulnerable, authentic insights of Brene Brown, or the reflective spiritual guidance of Jay Shetty. It's important to find someone who feels right for us. We don't want to reject all self-improvement just because some people's styles don't work for us. But wait, as I mentioned a minute ago,
Aren't I good enough as I am?
we all are inherently worthy as human beings, just as we are. But the problem is we're confusing our inherent worth with whether the status quo is okay. It may sound like a paradox, but I don't really think it is. We can be inherently worthy as we are and also need to change. And if we think these two concepts are about the same thing, then just because we have inherent worth, we'll use that as a BS excuse for not changing things we need to change. To be clear though, this isn't about being perfect or better than anyone else. It's also not about trying to be productive with every moment. I'm talking about the process of consciously making efforts to enhance our skills, behaviors, habits, or even our overall lifestyle. This could mean learning new things, making healthier choices, improving relationships, or seeking personal growth in any area that matters to us. It's about making the most of our lives and not just seeking comfort. It's about being physically and mentally healthier, having energy and purpose, and being able to experience joy. It's about having some 1980s grit combined with self-awareness and a dose of self-compassion. Now let's talk about a crucial concept that many overlook when they think about self-improvement, our comfort zone. We all have a comfort zone and we can represent this as a circle. The size of the circle varies from person to person. There's nothing wrong with doing things that are comfortable and within the circle. I love a nice meal at a restaurant, a quiet evening in, or an afternoon nap on the couch. I like watching more episodes of Suits or seeing what movies are on Netflix. But here's something about our comfort zones you may not have considered. If we stay in our comfort zones all the time, they don't stay the same size. The circle actually shrinks. This means that we get more set in our ways, out of shape, tired, less motivated, less interested in socializing, less resilient, and we have less purpose. We think we're staying the same, but we're fooling ourselves because we're actually on a slow decline. Let me say that again. If we stay in our comfort zones all the time, we're not staying the same, we're getting worse. This is the law of entropy in action, the idea that things in the universe naturally trend toward disorder. I could personally relate to this during the pandemic lockdowns. I'm sure a lot of you could too. I found that the less I did, the less I wanted to do. This involved not only just socializing, but also physical activity and health habits. I had been running and lifting to be healthy and in shape. I stopped doing that during lockdown and got into some bad eating habits. I was blessed with obesity and metabolic syndrome genes. So for me, this means that if I put on 10 to 20 pounds, which I can do pretty easily at my age, my blood pressure and blood sugar go up. And that's exactly what happened. Although I could still accept myself as an inherently worthy human being when I was out of shape, saying that I was fine as I was and didn't need to change couldn't have been further from the truth. Looking back on that time, I now realize that my own comfort zone had been shrinking, and I had to intentionally act outside of it to reverse course. So how do our comfort zones relate to self-improvement? We can watch one self-improvement video after another right from our circles of comfort. There's nothing on the line. It's just a few minutes of our time and very little effort. And if we just do this, it's true that nothing will improve. We'll stay in our ever-shrinking circles and feel bad about ourselves. We think that maybe we just need to watch another video and we'll find the answer. I think this is the crux of why there's a movement against self-improvement. This is why most people fail at self-improvement. But I think it's even more pronounced for older adults because we can easily become more rigid with age and more easily stuck in our little circles. The idea that older people tend to get set in their ways is certainly true, because if the comfort zone slowly shrinks over the years and people keep doing things the same way, that's just what's going to happen. And no information alone will make the difference either. So what's the key to improving our lives? By the way, be sure to drop a comment below if you can relate to your own comfort zone circle shrinking. I'm curious how many people have experienced this. Also, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it so far. It does help the video spread to more people and helps this channel grow. Thank you. So to get any results from personal development efforts, obviously information needs to be paired with action, right? But what most people don't understand is that the key to success is to consciously decide how to pair helpful self-improvement information with action in the right dose according to our own comfort zones. If we actually want change to occur, then we need to decide how one or two important points from a video or a book fit just a bit outside our own comfort zones. It has to be outside of the circle at least a little bit, but if we try to act too far away from our circles, it'll be a negative experience and we won't continue doing it. In fact, we may not even try next time. But if we learn to find the right dose of discomfort, so to speak, this is where we're a bit uncomfortable, but we can tolerate it, we can challenge ourselves in a constructive way and grow. And the more we do this, the more we'll get into the habit of pushing ourselves a bit, and the more our circle will actually start to grow as well. So don't miss this point. Our comfort zone circle expands and contracts depending on how much we exercise that muscle. And personal growth is like building muscle. It takes repetition and resistance. The right amount and consistency make it work. Remember, stepping just slightly out of your comfort zone consistently is the key to effective self-improvement. It's not about massive changes overnight, but small, sustainable shifts. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like videos like this for 40-plus-year-old adults, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss any new videos when I release them. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you at the next one.